Alrighty here. Week 18 in the NFL is here, so let's take a look at the games. I'm going to give you all my full-on predictions and also talk about the spread and what to take. And by the end of the video, hopefully you know who I got winning and also who I'm going to put in my parlays, as you should also. And I'm going to have a guaranteed lock. So here we go. Saturday at 4:30, we got an AFC North matchup here. The Browns at the Ravens. The Ravens will win this one, but they're 17.5-point favorites. And 17.5 points is a lot of points in the NFL. I think Cleveland covers it. So take Cleveland with the points, if you will. Moving on, you got the Bengals and the Steelers at night in Pittsburgh. I really like Cincinnati here, minus 2.5 as the favorite. I'm going to take them with the points against them because I think Pittsburgh is falling apart. Mike Tomlin has been mentioned throughout the media the last couple of years being very consistent, but he can't win the big games. So I'm losing faith in him and the organization, so I'm taking Cincinnati here to keep their playoff hopes alive, but they still need a Miami loss and a Denver loss to actually make it all work out. What will that happen? You'll figure out by the end of the video. Moving on to Sunday, you got the Bills and the Patriots. The Bills right here are a 2.5-point favorite. They have nothing to play for. They're not going to get a first-round bye. Might as well rest some starters. That's why it's very close. I believe New England losing the way they did to Los Angeles this past week kind of ruined their team mojo, if you will. Like, they're now all torn apart, and they're trying to figure out what's going to happen next year. I like Buffalo here with the points. Buffalo is Buffalo, and they're going to win. Moving on, you got the Bears and the Packers. The Packers are a 10-point flat favorite. I like Chicago here. I think Caleb Williams is going to want to end out the season on a high note. And at the end of the day, the Packers are really playing for, the 6th seed. And so they're still going to win a game, I believe. But they're not going to cover that 10 points. Alrighty here, you got the Saints and the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers win. They win the South and they get into the playoffs. If they lose this game and Atlanta wins, they're out entirely. So they got to play here, and I believe they'll cover the 14-point spread. So take Tampa Bay, if you will, with the points against them because I believe they cover. Alrighty here, the Giants and the Eagles. The Eagles are heating up, and it could be without Jalen Hurts, and they're still on fire. I believe Kenny Pickett should be all right for this matchup here, so I'm taking them with the points against him, which is 4. So there you go there. Dolphins and Jets. The Dolphins are a 2.5-point favorite. I like them, and I like the points. I'll take Miami there. The Texans go to Tennessee. Nashville can be a very tough environment to play in. But, though, I believe Houston's going to sit some starters. So I'm going to take Tennessee straight up and also with the points. I think they're going to win this game by more than 4.5 points. Alrighty here. The Jags and the Colts. Going to be an interesting AFC South matchup here. I believe the Jaguars win on the road in Indianapolis, and I'll take them +5 because the Colts are a 5-point favorite. No, the team is falling apart. There's so many issues with that organization. Not many people in the media want to look at it. Anthony Richardson, I was a big believer at first in him. I thought he can do some big things in the NFL, and I still think he can do it. But damn, he cost them the season. You're the starting quarterback and want no part to play in the Week 17 game. I can promise you there are players throughout the league that would play in a game like that with the injury he had. Come on now. That is bad. But also early in the year where he took himself out on a 3rd down in a pivotal moment in a game, Anthony Richardson is costing his team, and he cost him a playoff spot this past weekend. And I think we're just going to see them fall apart. Jacksonville is still playing, even though they have nothing to play for. Doug Peterson, more than likely going to be let go. And he's going to want to go out on a high note because he's still a Super Bowl winning head coach, and he's still going to get a lot of interviews. So he's going to win this one here, and I'll take the Jacksonville Jaguars with the points +5. Alrighty here, the Panthers and Falcons. The Falcons. Where do I even start with the Atlanta Falcons? They played really well Sunday night against the Washington Commanders, but I still got some big takeaways from the game. Michael Penix is too inconsistent. And if it wasn't for Robinson, I believe the game would have been lopsided because of the fact Penix missed some wide open throws. And those wide open throws could have resulted in a couple of touchdowns being scored. And I just don't know how I feel about him. Obviously, he's going to get better, as he should, throughout each game he plays. But I believe it's still early on here. They're going to win this one, but it's going to be within 7.5 points. Carolina covers the spread. Alrighty here, the Chiefs and the Broncos. The big game everyone wants to talk about. The big game. Kansas City starting Carson Wentz, going into Denver, Mile High Stadium. The fans are going to be riled up. They're going to be all hyped. A win and in for Denver. Denver wins this game, and it's more of an 8.5 points as they are the big favorite. Give me Denver. Alrighty here, you got the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are going to fire Antonio Pierce. He's going to want to go out with a bang, but you know what? He's going to go out with a big old L. Alrighty here, the Chargers win this one, and they also covered a 6-point spread. Alrighty here, the Seahawks and the Rams. The Seahawks, well, maybe like the worst team in the NFL, alongside the Bears this past Thursday, only putting up 6 points. 6 whole points. 2 field goals. No. They're going to lose this one, and it's going to be the Rams winning, and I believe they do cover the spread, so give me the Rams plus 2.5. I just don't see how they're the underdogs here. All right, here, the 49ers and Cardinals. The Cardinals are going to win this one, and I believe you should also take the 1 point as well. But the big game of the weekend. Let's talk about it. The Vikings in Detroit playing the Lions. Going to be interesting. Sam Darnold will ball out. I'm taking Minnesota plus 2.5 and also winning straight up. So there you go. I got the Ravens, the Bengals, the Bills, the Packers, the Eagles, the Dolphins, the Titans, the Jags, the Falcons, the Broncos, the Chargers, the Rams, the Cardinals, and Vikings winning this week in Week 18. And if this all were to happen, the Falcons will be out, and the Bengals and Dolphins will be out. The Broncos will be in, and Tampa Bay will win the South. So my lock of the week is the Bengals money line. I believe that right there will cash out just because of the way they've been playing lately and what they got on the table. And Pittsburgh isn't really doing much at all. So I like the money line there for Cincinnati. So my big 3 parlay would be Cincinnati money line, Buffalo money line, and Philadelphia -4. Put $20 on it. That right there will cash out at $111.37 on DraftKings. Do it if you will. If you do, comment down below, and hopefully you win it, because I believe we will win it. So there you go there. Please like and subscribe and comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of my takes. I'm very curious to know. Peace.